It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, South,
Everywhere.
East,
Where you at?
and West,
Huh?
Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule.
Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Be grown in the grind, all primo, fur, and deja rude, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Nigga can't be mad, cause you got swag and easy, cool. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking problem, knowledge rule at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Can't look like that, come in too son, got artifacts. The truth is cruel, but that's just fuel at the Hip Hop School. Past and present.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I am your girl, the Asia, the assistant principal. Down below, we have Brother Truth, the agriculture teacher for all of your greenery needs. To this side of me, you have Heezy, the dean of hip hop. And down below Heezy, you have Supreme Ra, the principal. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight for another episode. We have a very special guest in the building, the one and only Big Rip, aka D Manuscript, the founder and host of Tri-Coastal Radio. So we definitely are going to tap into some things with him and discuss the underground scene and how he has been using his platform in order to keep it alive. Before we bring him on, y'all know how we do every week. We do a hip hop trivia school post or the question. So make sure y'all try and answer the question throughout the duration of the show. At the end, we will give the answer. This week's hip hop trivia question is sponsored by Supreme's Pull Up, Nature Spills, Art by Chunk G, the Uhuru Academy, Lit and Leisure Travel, and Deaths of the Asia. And before we go any further, let's be very clear. Lit and Leisure Travel website is up and running right now. So for all your travel needs, so if you want to book you some vacations or whatever coming up in the near future, go to litandleisuretravel.com. So the hip hop trivia question is, who is usually credited with being the first female MC? Again, who is usually credited with being the first female MC? That's a tough one right there, but I know y'all got it in you. I know y'all can figure it out. So y'all put y'all heads together down there in the comments and y'all try to figure out the answer to the question.
That's a pioneer right there. Gotta be.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So class is in session, guys. It's going down. We're going to bring on Big Rip again, the founder of Tri-Coastal Radio, who can be credited for keeping the underground scene alive, and his platform is much needed for those up and coming artists. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Big Rip. How you doing tonight?
Hip Hop School. How y'all doing? Bro, True.
His head off and everything. I feel honored. Real big manners. You hear me?
Oh yeah. Y'all from East Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say that's that Texas shit.
Yeah. Tip of the hat.
Yeah, so you're from Texarkana, right?
No doubt, the Texas side.
You on the Texas? Okay, that's why I wanted to ask you, because Texarkana, you got Arkansas, then you got Texas. So I was curious to know which side you from.
Texas, baby. I'm a 93 graduate of Texas High School, baby. I'm a Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're great.
Hey, I'm glad you make that distinction, man, because it's a big difference between being born in Texas and born in Arkansas, man. It's levels to this shit.
Gotta be.
Can you explain what the difference is, Mr. Supreme Ra? I'm interested in knowing.
Well, if you're born in Texas,
I want to hear your point on the Texas and Arkansas side.
You Texas Trill, nigga. What the fuck?
Okay, so what's the bad part if you was from Arkansas? Boy?
Well, not bad, it's just levels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was born in Arkansas. I was born in Marianna, Arkansas, and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. So I wanted to see if you're gonna say something crazy.
Nah.
We're not finna get into it in front of our guests this early within the show, because it will go down.
You can't do it, man.
Yeah, I try. I tried. I got a couple of pistols. They might put you down. Ain't no telling. Anyway, back to you, Big Rook. So you're originally from Texarkana, Texas. What made you relocate from Texarkana to the DFW area?
I relocated for one reason and one reason only. She 5'1", you know what I'm saying, weigh about 140, you know what I'm saying, and trill in a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Her name Shanika Dow Rogers. She said I ain't doing no long distance relationship. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your ass out the country and come to the city and shit. And I came on. I've been here ever
That's
since.
a good thing. That's good that you did that for love. And you've been married. Y'all been married for quite a long time, haven't it?
97. I ain't never been shot. I ain't never been shot, stabbed, or had the police call on me. And I ain't saying she ain't never wanted to, but she ain't never did.
Well, congratulations.
That's real. That's a beautiful
What's
thing.
up, man?
Yeah, you definitely have a beautiful wife. I've seen her before, out and about. So she's definitely beautiful. Definitely a reason to pack your bags and get the move.
Yeah, I had some choices down there, but I don't think they just was as real as she was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now he's talking about
don't get in trouble.
Everybody have options, huh?
Don't get in trouble, nigga.
Yeah, he about to get hit with a broom in the middle of the show. I hope she ain't in close range. Huh?
That was 24 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's when everybody was fine back then, huh? All of us was fine too.
I was a kid.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what's up. That's good that you and that's good that you had a reason to move here, because the thing is, with you moving here, you ended up becoming someone who is impactful in the hip hop scene. What made you get into actually doing radio? What was it about what you seen in the music scene down here that made you want to start doing a radio show?
Well, the radio sort of like fell off in me. I was once upon a time trying to be a full-time rapper. Mm-hmm. And that's I don't know, I guess it had to be around 2010 or 11, you know what I'm saying? I had a campaign going while I was pushing out some music. I was in the midst of recording and shit. I was just using Facebook real hard, and you know what I'm saying, I was going real hard, and you know what I'm saying, I seen an online radio station out of Florida, and I was going to try to submit my music to him. And so the dude started following me, and he like, man, you pretty active on social media or whatever. And he like, you ever thought about radio? I like, nah, you know what I'm saying? He like, I'm selling radio stations and shit. And it was a whole Ponzi scheme, but you know what I'm saying? He told me he was gonna put me up with 49 other states, and you know what I'm saying, I can get into this conglomerate, and CBS was gonna be one of our sponsors, and it was all a lie, you know what I'm saying? But I seen him $700, you know what I'm saying, for a website, you know what I'm saying, and a couple of stream key IDs, you know what I'm saying, to my radio station. And you know what I'm saying, that was October 2013 and shit. What's today? We still him.
June of 2022. So shit, you've been rocking for almost 9 years.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. So you pretty much told us how the whole thing got started. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of platform do you broadcast on? Is it internet radio? Is it a radio channel? Or is it just YouTube,
so like,
or what? Go ahead.
No. We're a real licensed digital broadcast radio station. You can check me out my where I'm going through now. Live 365 is my home.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All day long, 24/7, 365. We babysit heroes, you know what I'm saying, on the Rhyme Tri-Coastal. So like, you know what I'm saying, that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it so long, bro. But like stuff done changed. Like when I first came in, I used to be on the stream licensing or whatever, and it's been several different platforms. The actual radio game is you know what I'm saying, it's tons of stations out there, and it's sort of hard, you know what I'm saying, to grab your listen, because now everybody can listen and do what they want to. Everybody got one of these in their hand, you know what I'm saying, they can listen to what the fuck they want to. They ain't got to listen to Tri-Coast, so they can make their own playlist. But you know what I'm saying, we're on Live 365 with, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of other, you know what I'm saying, dope stations for all kind of genres of music and talk platforms or whatever. But yeah, Live 365. But yeah, we're the foundation and the bricks of everything is Tri-Coastal, you know what I'm saying, and the podcast and all this stuff came a little bit after that. But yeah, the foundation of it is an actual digital broadcast radio station, 24/7, 365. Number one for independent hip hop from coast to coast.
That's what's up.
So why did you just drop the mic altogether with the rapping?
Sort of cause really health got in the way when I started doing dialysis. You know what I'm saying? That sort of took me out. It sort of knocked me out my square a little bit. And then when I started the radio, I was really just worried about getting music from artists, you know what I'm saying? And I started, I used to rap I think them first 3 or 4 years, I didn't even used to sleep. People used to be like, bruh, do you sleep? Because like I used to sit up here with a laptop and some earbuds, because that's all I had, you know what I'm saying, at that time. And you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't no DJ beforehand or nothing like that. So it like I didn't have a slew, you know what I'm saying, of hard drives of music or nothing. My music is, you know what I'm saying, music that was getting emailed to me reaching out to artists like, hey, bro, I like you, you know what I'm saying? Send me your music or whatever. So, like, I was spending hours and days up, you know what I'm saying, getting music, you know what I'm saying, going through my email, downloading them motherfuckers and shit and plugging them into the radio station or whatever. And so, like, I sort of put me on the back burner. And then, like, even when I was rapping, I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, it was my brother and his little partners and, you know what I'm saying, some of my little friends that I had that's running around me. I was taking them to the studio. I'd be spitting too now. You know what I'm saying? I was a God MC in my prime. You know what I'm saying?
I believe you because you actually was in one of our rap battles and you was in a hip hop school past and present rap battle, and I loved your verse. So I know you had it in you. I knew you had to be dope in because you hadn't rapped in a long time when you did the battle.
Right. And like I wasn't gonna make no excuse for it. And when y'all said when Supreme called me and said he was gonna do this, and I think y'all had posted it, I went back. Oh yeah, because he was talking about that. I went back and looked at that, right? And so that verse was hard. That verse was a feature for it. I did for somebody, huh?
No, it was.
You say what?
It was.
Yo, so check it. Yeah. So check it. And then that was the first, mind you, y'all, that was the first battle, right? That the hip hop school ever did, right? Yeah. All right, so check it. So I didn't really know the format, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I don't want to make no excuses, but like I hadn't rapped in a minute. You know what I'm saying? That was a verse that was wrote. I'm sitting there trying to find a beat. And when I looked at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this was somebody that some of my past engineers, when I go to the studio, they used to tell me, Rip, man, you got to put that pad down, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't rap and get it off if you're sitting there reading that motherfucker. And even though I knew that verse, I hadn't goddamn me practiced with it and had that bitch down like if it was some shit that like some of my past shit that I put out. So that was me coming in and slipping. And I did that because I'm thinking, it ain't gonna be no MCs in that bitch. But I was wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah, we got some dope MCs in the hip hop school, past and present. Like we definitely do. That's the reason why, you know, I'm glad that we have this platform because it affords us the opportunity to bring them on, some of them on, and so it could highlight their talent as well.
I want to clarify something right quick. I think Big Rip is a dope MC. I think he loved hip hop. I thought the verse was dope, but I thought the other brother was a little dope. He was a little more in attack mode. You know what I'm saying? But you said you was a god. You said you was a god MC. So, you know that's a heavy statement. You know what I'm saying? And you also made a reference to like you can fuck with me on the mic before. I don't think you can, but go ahead, bro.
Set it
They
up,
don't
nigga.
believe Jesus.
Hey,
Set it up. Set
look
it
at
up.
Supreme being flagrant. Now I'm gonna say this: Supreme say you can't mess with him on the mic, but challenge him. And if Supreme, if he challenge you, is you gonna come with a song? You
No.
gonna put the pen to the pad?
No.
Hey man, quit speaking for that man. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
He already got a promoter.
Too old skinny
Yeah,
ass.
let me turn my head. Let me turn my head back. What's that?
No, that's what's up. Hey, like you say though, you definitely had a dope verse though in that battle. You know what I'm saying? I think
man.
you won. I think you won that battle. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a close vote
Nah,
too.
I
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
It was
I
the only
went
way
back
he
and-
lost is because of the battle, because that's how
Right.
CG ended up losing on his
Yeah,
too.
CG too.
He
Yeah,
got a fire verse, but it wasn't in that battle mode. It didn't go
Right.
take a direct attack.
Yeah.
The only how Rip lost that is because he just did a fire verse.
Yeah.
So that was really what that was.
So
We go ahead, Drew.
no, I was gonna say
That man on there smoking on that Reggie, ain't it?
Smoking on that East Texas Reggie.
hey,
Yeah, OG Reggie.
being from Tech, you know,
Cookies.
like the Texarkana area or northern Texas, and Texas having like two kind of different sounds in the rap area. What would you say your sound is from? Because I know it's like, you know, you got the Houston, the more like the Screw, and then you got the DFW area with their own style. Do the Texarkana got their own style too, or would you say you a mix of just the Texas style as a whole?
I'm gonna say Texarkana got our own style, and then you got to look at it like this right here. Wednesday, I'll be 47 years old.
Okay.
So when I started rapping like college. You know what I'm saying? So we talking, you know what I'm saying? We talking 93, you know what I'm saying, 91, 92 when I was in high school, but like I was just copying. I don't know, some of your Supreme might know. It was a rapper from Atlanta called Kilo. I used to love
I heard Kilo.
Yeah, so like Kilo, I had that tape or whatever, and I used to listen to Kilo, but niggas in the projects behind me, you know what I'm saying, down the block from me, they weren't on Kilo. So I listened to Kilo and then go around there, and when we walking around the hood and on the basketball court, I spit Kilo shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And man, them sort of goddamn me like, man, all right, Rip, you getting all right. You getting all right. And then sometimes I freestyle, you know what I'm saying? But then when I'm freestyling, Deasia, I ain't doing it but cussing a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then when I freestyle, they'll be telling me, Rip, man, quit cussing so much. Man, we don't want to hear that shit. But to answer your question, Truth, like I think back during around that time when I did finally get pretty good, and folks started saying like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, Rip can rap, you know what I'm saying? And I could be at the boys club or something, and DJ Junior, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Junior, man. Like he was one of the first DJs in Texarkana that would co-sign me being dope. But he would introduce me to it's like, this is the best East Coast rapper in Texarkana, some shit like that. And
did you find that to be kind of disrespectful?
No, because at that time, sort of, kind of, but you got to look at like East Texas didn't have Texarkana. We didn't have no scene. Like it was like crazy for you to be trying to rap. Like niggas wasn't rapping. You know what I'm saying? It was like probably,
So when he say East Coast, he's saying the east side of Texas, right?
Nah, nigga, he was talking about
New York.
He was talking about EPMD and you know what I'm saying, all this shit. And it was fine with me because I was actually listening to the motherfucker. So you probably didn't hear that shit out of me. And then like I'm from Texarkana. Like I know Supreme, you from the funk, right? Y'all had video music box or whatever the type of shit where y'all could call in and pick y'all music. All the fuck we had was BET. And if you think, you know what I'm saying, during that time when I grew up on Rap City, when we had Chris Thomas, the mayor, when that nigga used to sit there and do this shit. I'm an old nigga, I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? So like, and what the videos and shit that they played back then was a lot of that East Coast shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit, like, yeah, so but to finish your question, Ken folk, like even like later on, I know after I moved up here and I was rapping, you know what I'm saying, I did a lot of shit around here. Motherfuckers used to say I sounded like A-Ball. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, you could probably hear that because Riding Dirty, Space Age, Pimping, In My Lifetime, those were mainstays to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was studying those albums, but that's how much time I put in with them albums. But like, to me, I started so long ago, we didn't really have, and to tag your shit like DSO and all this shit that you said and Houston Screw, that shit wasn't there yet. I started rapping right along at the same time with them. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then now if you think about, we got a guy from Texas County. He just signed a 1501 a few months back. His name's Smoothie Poppy. You know what I'm saying? He got a single out right now called Chad Butler Part 2. You know what I'm saying? He the next thing up, and like his style is totally off the rack. Judge and everybody else, the nigga been flushed on here a couple of times, but I see the potential in him. I know he got the whole East Texas and Southwest Arkansas behind him, and you know what I'm saying, what's the name signed him, you know what I'm saying, to 1501. So y'all are hearing, but like his style is not like nobody else's. So like East Texas, I know I went a long way about it, but the East Texas sound right now, it's nothing like it. Don't represent it. Represent East Texas. It's a sound that's original and of its own.
And you made a point, and you said in your statement about the artist that recently signed to 1501. You said he got flushed, and a lot of people who are new to our platform, they probably don't know what that means, or those people who are not aware of your platform that's listening to us. So you have this show called Rush It or Flush It, where it's kind of like an online Showtime of the Apollo type of thing.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
A live music review show. You know what I'm saying? The OG live music review show of Dallas for sure. I picked that up. I picked it up from one of my partners in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K100 Radio. Blizzum, he got an SCM award named after his station. He's an internet station just like me as well. But the boy down there in Atlanta, he been doing it for a minute. I think we may be right around the same time in length, but like he been in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? He just been able to soak up a whole lot of shit and bump and rub a whole lot of shoulders. But he got Ill or Kill. I seen him doing Ill or Kill, and I'm like, man, that shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to do the same shit. And I called him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was stepping on his toes, you know what I'm saying? And I did it. And then shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas, my nigga D-Dirt. He came up with Salsa Toss-It. That's the biggest live music review show in Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? They numbers be off the chart, you know what I'm saying? And so like, and now you see nothing but people. Supreme, you know how long we've been doing Rush to the Flusher. And DAsia, y'all see now, that's the thing for people to do now. Everybody, your granny got a goddamn music review show. You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, right. but Rush to the Flusher, we got 160 weeks in the Bible over there. You know what I'm saying? Of motherfuckers sending in music, and like saying at the peak, and when we was getting it in, we would get at the least 60 songs a week. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker sitting there trying to, you know what I'm saying, get their music. You know what I'm saying? Played, you know what I'm saying, by my peoples, man. Shout out to the whole everybody on Rush to the Flusher that done sat behind these mics over here, man.
Are you still do Rush to the Flusher, right?
We on a hiatus, but we trying to get the reboot started. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting it in there. COVID sort of fucked us up, and then me losing a couple of toes, and Judge, goddamn me having a stint put in. It sort of broke it up. 4-5 end up working way in North Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It sort of broke it up. Like, we all bros. We talk to each other. We just got to get it back on together. And like I say, I think I got a commercial that we started running, and I'm really gonna sponsor and get it out there again, because that's something all of us get asked. Like, no, when y'all, I still get emails, you know what I'm saying, for it.
It's a dope show, man. I rarely watch shit on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Rarely watch a nigga video. I don't give a fuck. I just don't do it, especially something consistent. I fuck with Rush to Flush It, man. I fuck with Rush and I fuck with Manuscript in the morning.
Yep.
I don't
And
do that.
So
I noticed I haven't been seeing those
you
notifications.
definitely used to fuck with us on manuscript in the morning. I know you didn't fuck with us too much on, like, say, you would talk, call in. Supreme used to be on manuscript in the morning so much. I put his picture up there because I knew he gonna call in. So when he called in, boom, I put his picture up there and shit, cause he was almost like a co-host, you know what I'm saying, on the outside. I understand why he didn't goddamn me fuck with Russia the Flush, because he knew it was nowhere in hell that none of that shit that he had, you know what I'm saying, was no goddamn raised in the antennas from the
Hey, check it
listeners,
out.
you know
When
what I'm
you
saying,
start
on
back
the
up,
panel. But
when you
that's
start
cool.
back up, let me know when you start up. I'm gonna send you something. Bet.
Hey, listen, look, Supreme. I submitted my
Hey,
song
man,
to Russia to Flush It.
I still love you regardless, Supreme.
I
You know
know
what I'm
you
saying?
too, brother.
I submitted my song to Russia to Flush It. I'm thinking I'm bumping with their hog killing. You know what I'm talking about? I done
The
sent my
flush.
song up in there. Them people flush my ass so quick. Talking about
Yeah,
this
but
sound dated. I'm like, I'm an older woman. You know what I'm saying? But they were back in the day. You know,
I
I'm like,
remember
these young
that.
folks, I don't know what they look. I'm gonna tell you
I
what was so
remember
funny
that.
about it. You know, you could pay your little extra or whatever to skip the line. I was so big bold. I'm like, I know I'm finna
man.
kill this shit. I done
I
sent my
think I
money to
do
skip the
remember you
line.
sitting
Them
on the
folks flush
song.
my ass.
Damn.
I forgot about that. I
Damn,
vaguely
they
remember
flushed
that
you.
you sing the song again.
Yep.
Flushed you up there. That's cold blooded.
Yes. And
Hey, so
speaking of Rush
yeah.
It and Flush It, where you like break new artists and everything,
No
that's
doubt.
underground and still trying to, come on the scene and make a name for themselves. Who would you say are at least about 5 local artists in the area that you feel like everybody should know their name?
Best show in town. That's and that's cheating because it's 5 or 6 of them in there, but collectively they all individual artists, but collectively they the best show in town. I'm just gonna say that. Get your popcorn ready. Ask around. Put some motherfucking down. Put some motherfucking money down. Best show in town. That would be one. Somebody else.
That's their
I'm gonna
name.
say.
Best show in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, you
Okay.
type best show in town. The last single that they did together was called In Dallas. You can check that out. But that's 9XO, Momo, J Rock Obama, and Twice. You know what I'm saying? Twice used to had that song back in the day. What was that name? What was that wrestler name? But anyway, best show in town. Moving on. Who? I'm gonna say this because this is my partner, and like he a pioneer. Sweet Benny Ray, my nigga Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like he consistently always putting. You ever heard him from his? You ever heard him, Bro Truth?
Nope.
Sweet Benny Ray. All right, check this out. I'm gonna give you some homework. I always do this. This is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So like I turn niggas on to artists all the time they never heard of, and then they report back to me whenever they see me. I don't ask them to, but the niggas come over here and say like, bro, that nigga you told me about. Yeah. So y'all check out Sweet Benny Ray. You know what I'm saying? Just type in Sweet Benny Ray. You can type in A Voice of the Streets, and he got a whole bunch of new shit. I don't even want to go through it, but like if you can find it, he a big old nigga, look like A-Ball, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn me. But he working on it. Nigga be in the gym every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sure.
I got a question, Big Rip.
Go ahead.
Since you've been in Fort Worth, right, and you've been on the underground scene with hip hop, right? Why do you feel like Fort Worth rap artists come up short when breaking that national barrier? We've had a few come close. What's the problem here in Fort Worth when it comes to hip hop?
It's two things. Like early on, it was that the fact that people didn't really know the business side of really getting their music out there to where it's radio and retail ready. So like, and then when YouTube popped off, these motherfuckers was shooting some of the best videos, but they putting them straight on there. They wasn't putting a music business first in order, you know what I'm saying? So they putting the shit out for the city. I think Fort Worth I know a lot of dudes, Supreme, you do too. You probably know some of the same people that I could think of and name that these boys got money, they shooting dope videos and shit, but they doing it for the city. You know what I'm saying? they not registering their music. And then I talk to some of these same people, and then they like, oh, right, like I tell them how much it is, which is minuscule numbers. You know what I'm saying? And they be surprised. It don't. I can put my song out for $29. Yeah, nigga, why not do it? You know what I'm saying? But you need to goddamn me register with ASCAP. You need to do, you know what I'm saying, sound exchange. You need to do blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, to make it all work and count.
Right.
Oh, man. They don't feel like doing it. So like this whole thing of what I'm doing, a teacher, and shout out to like my niggas like Blizzum, I said, from K100 Radio in Atlanta, and you know what I'm saying, a couple other people that I've learned. So I got mentors in this shit. You'll figure out with a show like Russia the Flush who are doing this shit as a hobby and who trying to do this shit as a career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
It's a fine line, but it's a broad line because a lot of niggas ain't trying to step in that gray area. Because, and then that goes back to the fact of believing in myself. My son got me a virtual headset for Father's Day. So like I've been out there in the metaverse, you know what I'm saying, last couple of days, and bro, everything that we do here, you can do it now. So like I stumbled up on a couple of studios, you know what I'm saying, and ran across the folks, and I go in there in the studio, they be freestyling and rapping and shit. Well, they be freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can email beats in, and you got like 30 beats that you can go up there to the control board and hit. And I'm like, I'm waiting for some folks like Russia the Flusher to give me some gas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just being there rapping. I said, I quit going in this motherfucker. I ain't going there today. I said, because this motherfucker's just in there just playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to hear that heat. But yeah, man, that's the difference, bro. Like, motherfuckers got to, in Fort Worth, and now more of them are sort of trying to understand, like when you see the success of even though they were dogging the last week, old girl with Gucci Man, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Damn D sort of got her in the right place. Yeah, Enchanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? You seen them motherfuckers. It's gonna take more people from my area. Like I said, if Twisted Black would have stayed out of jail and got on, like he would have been
Twisted Black shit. God,
man. He would have been out.
Twisted Black really from Detroit.
But he was her nigga. When I moved here,
I know
Black was a thing in Fort Worth. I came here in 94, 95. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? I can't, but no, not 94. I came about 95, 96, and Twisted Black was the shit. I was like trying to find him and shit, and be like, man, I rap, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn me. So to me, he was representing the funk, and he went to ODY. Come on, bro. You got like he ain't go to Y.
No, I'm just saying, both of these brothers from Detroit. So I'm just letting them know he really from Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Twisted Black. I'm a smoke my.
But like,
I'm a fool with it.
But what I was trying to say is like, I said that is like, when the city, and I know a lot of me's across the country, and we talk about the same shit. I think my thing is, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker, when we ain't had enough artists who have got on, you know what I'm saying, and had their business in order. Twisted Black would have been like the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, and then maybe he would have schooled some brothers on like, hey man, you got to do this, guys. Them niggas just try to fuck me over on this contract. We don't. All these niggas see is the end result, and now it's even easier when everybody can put their shit up on YouTube how they want to. So these young kids, they don't even worry about no goddamn music business. They just worrying about getting monetized on YouTube, so they can get that money through there. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I think that's some of the reasons, Supreme, you know what I'm saying? The more and more we get seasoned artists who really getting deals, then folks will start to understand that, that this is a business. You know what I'm saying? And not just a rap lick. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta have more.
Just a quick set. I don't want to dominate. Do you think that's where Go Yayo made his mistake by not signing the QC?
Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know all the details and, you know what I'm saying, shit with it, but like, shit, he should have said, like, look at Lil Baby, look at what the man, and that was before Lil Baby, that was right at the cusp of the Migos. You know what I'm saying? When they hadn't been there very long. You know what I'm saying? It probably would have been great, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been great for the city. And then the shit, it may would have kept him out of trouble because he would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the biggest thing when I look at Fort Worth got a lot of dope ass artists. But these niggas, and folks always ask me what's the difference between Dallas and Fort Worth. Fort Worth, we got as many dope artists as Dallas do. But these niggas is over here in these streets for real. And when they rapping about it, you know what I'm saying? Most of them, they telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas is getting money. And like they not really shipping on that rap shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think they do that shit. What's the strip club over there on Elm? When BTs were open and that bitch was goddamn me, the doors and the walls were about to bust open every Friday and Saturday, and they were letting these local niggas come in there and rap and shit. They were doing it just for that. And that was enough. So that's me. I said that, y'all. Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? All y'all niggas goddamn me. Y'all was doing that shit just for the strip clubs around here. And that was enough.
Let me ask you this, because we have so many artists worldwide, regardless, you know, where they from or whatever, who they be in the streets. They be in the streets and they end up, you know, they start getting into music and they start putting what they doing in the streets into their music and everything. And a lot of these rappers, they come in these impoverished conditions and everything, and they be having 1 foot in and they be having 1 foot out. What would you say to those young cats that they out here, they trying to rap like a Go Yayo, who had the potential to be something great, but yet you wind up, then Go Yayo get locked up for attempted murder?
I got a gun charge. Well, at one point attempted murder, and then he locked up for a gun charge.
Okay, so you get locked up for, you out here thugging, you know what I'm saying, where you have a promising career ahead of you. What would you say to those guys that's like out here in the streets, you know, still doing their thing? And when you was rapping, were you ever like in the streets or anything, that something that made you like decide, hey, let me focus on this to improve the condition of my life?
I'd take me out of it because I wasn't really never that serious, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like I had some Texarkana notoriety and I did shit up here, but on the larger scale of the question of what you're saying, I hear rappers out. I forget who I was rapping. I watch podcasts and this shit all day long, other interviews and shit. That's how I try to keep myself short. But artists, I forget who was telling the story. A lot of folks who are real, and you can hear their authenticity. I mean, when a motherfucker authentic, when they rapping, they sound like you know what I'm saying, ESG, you know, ESTG. They like him. That boy sound like he really ain't. He telling the truth. I can name. I ain't gonna try the others. You know what I'm saying, that I can name or whatever. But you can tell when a motherfucker like they really out there. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in their videos, because you can tell when motherfuckers show up for a video, and then you can tell when motherfuckers bring the city out and bring the real.
Like you can tell them they people, they embrace them.
Yeah, the people, you know what I'm saying? You can tell those people, you can see it's authentic. And like in the beginning, some of them artists like to say, shit, it's gonna be hard for you to goddamn me. Like I got an artist from Tuscaloosa, you know what I'm saying? His name's Sean 1K. Sean really that man in Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying? But like he got with my partner, you know what I'm saying, from St. Louis, and they sort of showed him like, bro, you rapping and you doing good, but like, and they really moving around and making, you know what I'm saying, rap moves. And so like he sort of understanding like that his street shit that he had to do, you're gonna have to make a choice. Again, they go back to what I said earlier, whether you're gonna do it as a hobby or you're gonna make a career out of it. And I understand why it may be hard for somebody in the beginning, like shit. Whoa, 8 Ball and MJG had the song, Get Out the Game. What was that song, Supreme? That right there tell you all of it right there. Like you're like, shit, I feel like I need to get out the game, you know what I'm saying? But like it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm gonna do one more lick. You know damn me, I got me 5K on it. And shit, and I got a show to go do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Am I not gonna hit this 5K just because I got a show? You know what I'm saying? It could change my shit. Like a motherfucker don't know. That's a hard question, but I think that the most people that's and real hip hop, real artists, they come from the street. And like I say, you really got to sort of shake yourself out. I think when you first make your first rap money, then that's when you'll put your shit out. And hundreds of artists probably in these magazines and CDs behind me say like, yeah, that's what it was. Shout out my nigga Pre-K on here.
Yeah,
What's
he
up,
in the
Pre-K?
building. He
Smash
on the
Squad.
podcast that you actually produced the podcast that he on Pretty Gang, right? I mean, not Pretty Gang. I'm sorry, pause. Petty Gang podcast.
Yeah, the funniest podcast in DFW, man. The Petty Game podcast with Rob C and Pre-K, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Big Rip. Let me ask you a question real quick. You know, we was talking about. You said something about interviews. So who? I know you do. I know you do interviews on your show. I just say you interview a bunch of different people. I say you had. I think Flip was on there.
Flip.
A few weeks ago.
It might have been three before the pandemic.
Are y'all talking about Lil Flip?
Yeah, Lil Flip. Yeah,
okay,
who been your favorite interview so far, and who do you want to interview?
Man, locally, I want to sit down with Fat Pimp and DOC. I know DOC well. I was surprised, but you know what I'm saying. He know me well. He used to pop on to some of the podcasts and shit. I get all fanny and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh DOC. Oh my god.
So I fan out and shit, but like, but I want to sit down with DOC. Locally, you know what I'm saying. I want to sit down with Fat Pimp, but Big Wise, bro. Like, this what happened. Before I got my radio station, I was in Gulfton hip hop, bro. This Funkmaster Flex CD over here, Lil Kim, goddamn it, Outkast Soul Food, emcee. I was all over the place, bro. Common, Cameron. I know y'all niggas be hating on Cameron and this motherfucker, but I was that type of hip hop dude. I used to buy all these magazines, you know what I'm saying, every month. You know what I'm saying? With no subscription. I ain't never had no subscription. I bought a lot of them. And then when I worked for 7-Eleven, I stole a lot of them. But anyway, when I started doing the radio station, I sort of fell off from seeking out mainstream music because I was looking for supreme music. I'm looking for music from Texarkana. I'm looking for music from, you know what I'm saying, out of my corridor. And then shit, after my platforms, and then after, imagine, man, since 2015, I'm probably a person that's probably get 25, 30 emails from motherfuckers every week. Say, bro, put me on your radio station. So I sort of got off in that. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn me, shout out to Johnny Judah and this boy. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here without that nigga. You know, he played the integral part. But look, so like I sort of fell off from this right here. I got mad a few years back. Kendrick Lamar dropped that Cadillacs and Galactus or whatever that album was. When Kendrick had dropped that album right there. And I downloaded because I'm a member of Vertigo. So I get all the albums, everything that drop, I can get them. But like my big thing is like I always have hated shit that they play on the radio. Like I don't want to hear it. I'm not physically listen. Whatever jam, like when Andre's Love Below came out, and you know they were playing the shit out of Roses and all that shit. Now I jammed the shit out of the Love Below album, but I would always skip Roses. Why? I'm not physically hear that shit again. They just played that shit 30 times on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's the video I don't want to listen to the shit the radio already got. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't want me out on it. Like I know this nigga love Tupac. I love Tupac too, but during the time, like I'm still in Texarkana when that Machiavelli album dropped. That shit was life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the dopest shit. But nigga, I'm from East Texas, the country. Damn near the red mud and pig slap. That's how country Texarkana is. But look here, I didn't want to hear Tupac no more. Everybody, niggas grannies was goddamn playing Tupac. I got sick of that shit. All eyes on me and Machiavelli. Like to this day, right now, I really just don't really care to hear Tupac. You know, because my ears is so desensitized to this shit.
Listen, we had a show about Tupac last week, and I was telling them about how it was just like we were able to listen because you know I was born in Arkansas or whatever, but raised in Memphis, so it was like you know how it is coming from Arkansas. Your grannies and stuff, they country. You gotta listen to if you ain't listening to gospel, you going to hell. You couldn't even really listen to the blues, but blues was so down home. Blues is like the sinner's music. You know what I'm saying? That's what one would consider like it's like what they call secular music or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So you listen to the blues, that's the furthest you could go. So now you really a sinner if you listening to some rap music. So for our grannies and stuff, we was like rebels to them because it's like, hold on, y'all, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but what I can say to your point about how everybody was listening to Pac was one of those artists to where the type of music that he was putting out, the messages that he was putting out, to where the older people were okay with us listening to Pop. We could listen to Pop. We probably couldn't listen to everybody else, but we could listen to Pop. Like one of the closest type of rappers that you would get that kind of like, you know, stood on the edge of probably like what you consider maybe like gangster rap or something. Not like that friendly. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. We could listen to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that kind of like more rough, hardcore type music or whatever, we was able to listen to Pac because he had so many songs with so much like inspiration and stuff with so many different messages or whatever. And a lot of his popular songs at that time did carry a good message, so we were able to listen to him coming up.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. He probably was one of the ones that made, you know what I'm saying, your older aunties and, you know what I'm saying, them like okay, hip hop finally is, you know what I'm saying, something that, you know what I'm saying, that they are nod their head to. You know what I'm saying? He was an artist that, you know what I'm saying, probably crossed over in the black community.
Yep.
Yes,
indeed. So what's your I know you have a lot of things, you a man of many hats, and so you have a lot of things going on.
Got a lot of hats.
Yeah, literally and figuratively. So my question to you is, what is your future for Tri-Coastal Radio? What do you see it going?
Man, really, I think we can do everything times 10 what we're doing. I talked to Johnny, I talked to people. I think when you're the first to do some of your stuff, you don't really know what you're doing. And I was doing a whole lot of this shit out of the love of my heart. And so like, as far as like what we're doing right now, the podcast and stuff, it was just in a radio format. But bro, we've been podcasting since 2014. You know what I'm saying? Especially in 2017, especially whenever Facebook gave us that live button. Cause we used to do this shit that we doing right now off our phones. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all these cameras and this studio. For those who ain't ever been in here, you know what I'm saying? If you can see it, I got the lights in there. We ain't have all this.
Maybe you got to
in the beginning. I had one
over there. You got your finger in the
You
way.
got your hand covering it. Or your shirt.
Yeah, my bad. We didn't have all this. Microphones and all this old type of shit. I had a computer and some plug-up earbuds. You know what I'm saying? Man, we used to be going off our phone when they first made us go live or whatever. But like, we didn't know. I remember when podcasting first, when they came out with it, when they come out to 18, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
yeah, it wasn't too long ago when it actually officially had a name for it.
Right.
Blogging. You know what I'm saying? They used to use blog first. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used to use blogging. They didn't say podcast. I'm trying to say blog. When they came up with blogging, I was like, well, shit, I didn't realize we had been blogging. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to write reviews. That's one of the shits that I do. You know what I'm saying? When you start something in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, you don't really know what it is. You're just doing it out of love or whatever, and you're a pioneer. You know what I'm saying? If I would have knew some of that stuff, we would have been world like what you're asking me now. I just want Tri-Coastal to steady to be a platform to find the new music, new hot music first, and, you know what I'm saying, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to try to find some new artists and help them get, you know what I'm saying, school them to the game and take them to the next level. Like, really, my whole job that I always wanted to do, I always wanted to be an executive, you know what I'm saying, an A&R or somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. Myself, I want to see myself as You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Bigger Rankin and Bebe, but really goddamn, shout out to Bigger Rankin because he really do be helping new artists. You know what I'm saying? And Baby, I think Bebe could do a little bit more, but I sort of understand it too. But somebody like Baby was really putting it on. Supreme know about back in the day when we had Cocoa Butter them on the radio. Remember when Cocoa Butter them used to be on the radio? Easy, you can call up there. And goddamn me, on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bro, truth, you can call up there on Friday and goddamn me and spit your bars at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
On the big station. You know what I'm saying? And again, him and Boss, shout out to Boss, you know what I'm saying? They'll be on there, they'll be like, ooh, Big Rip, man, hold on, don't hang up. Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what?
So
we had something like that in Memphis called it was Stan Bell, the roll call. Hey, you heard of that before? It's the roll
I know
call.
somebody
It's the roll call.
Yeah.
Hey, it's that you what you want to say? You go ahead and I got on there too and got booed. So you know what I'm saying. One thing about me though,
hey,
I'm persistent.
Say,
would you say true?
You always want to get booed or flushed. You know what I'm saying? I've been flushed. You know what I'm saying? I put some shit up there so I can get flushed because I just want to tell people that, you know what I'm saying, like say, it can happen to any of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, that makes you more of a person. You feel human again. You know what I'm saying? To give you something to strive for.
And it actually helps you to, I think that part is something that we're missing in these artists today. I think that stuff like that with the platform that you have, you probably don't even realize the impact of that platform that you have, how big it is, since now today we don't even have artist development. So that type of platform, it helps develop the artist to where before you become under this microscope, you able to play around, you able to make mistakes, you able to get booed, you able to go back in the booth, you able to listen to that constructive criticism without people expecting perfection out of you. So right now we have these people like these microwave artists that we push them right into the mainstream. They get talked about, they can't stand the heat, they get full of drugs, or they have anger issues, they jumping on the internet, going off on people who wouldn't give a fuck less about what they talking about, all of this. So to have a platform like you have with their Rush It or Flush It and people being able to submit their music, I don't think they should take the heart that they get flushed. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think nobody should get the big head because they get rushed. Because at the same time, all at the same time, every one of those artists have some room for improvement.
Exactly.
And it's a good thing, and it helps with their artist development that we don't have anymore. So that's a damn good platform that you have for real.
I thank you for saying that. Like I say, I don't even think me, 4-5, I ever looked at it from that. We know it, but it ain't never been said. You know what I'm saying? Because many artists have repeatedly sent songs. Like I can go over there and type in some songs, and like some artists, I got big files on them. They got 15, 20 songs they done sent in. And you can sort of see some niggas used to get flushed. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas goddamn me start getting more rushes than they did flushes or whatever, and vice versa, whatever. And many people have said, yeah, Big Rip, I listened to what y'all said and I went back and did this, because this is one thing. And to go back to one of your questions earlier, Supreme, where you said about them taking it serious or whatever. So many of the younger artists, because like now, remember, like, bro, when I recorded, I used to go to the studio. We used to record on ADAT tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit was not digital. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing this shit for a minute. And so like, but it's so easy now that they got apps on these phones. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers goddamn me. Not saying that they're all doing it, but it's so easy. Niggas got $25 studio time. They ain't gonna mix and master your shit worth shit, but you can go over there and get the job done. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas will take their corner and they just think when I record, they goddamn me, this shit is done. No, sometimes, baby, that's just you putting your ruin in the pot. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand it like shit. Just because you say you finished with it, that don't mean it's finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even if, you know what I'm saying, it is, sometimes the song needs to be reworked. So when they come in here and they get on Rush It or Flush It, and we tell them that, you know what I'm saying, I like the hook, but you know what I'm saying, that second verse wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Or the nigga on the first verse, he went hard, but you know what I'm saying? Why did y'all even put the nigga, you know what I'm saying, on the hook on there? He can't sing worth shit. When they realize that, you know what I'm saying, I can go back in there and fix that, then, you know what I'm saying, they understand that, you know what I'm saying, a song is always an unworking thing, an ongoing thing. You can fix it a whole lot. And like my nigga Johnny Judah said, Greg Street too. Greg Street really left when I got here, but Greg Street was another one that I model myself after too, for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
back to the artist development thing, like on Rush It or Flush It, you know, I done been not actually I threw my song on there for a long time ago, and that was it for me. You know what I'm saying? They weren't finna keep embarrassing me because I ain't trying to be no rapper. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to stroke my ego real quick. But
that's how I did on y'all battle.
Yeah, so you know, I'll be in the comments or whatever, and I actually listen to it. Like Supreme said, I don't really listen to people's shows on Facebook for real because I like to be on Facebook playing and acting a fool or whatever. I ain't got time to be trying to spend my whole hour on Facebook watching a show. I got some notifications I need to respond to. So for somebody to have a show that catch my attention long enough for me to just really sit there and listen to it for real, you got you something. You get what I'm saying? And so I one thing that I feel like a lot of people say in the comments, and that usually be my main thing that I comment on Rush It or Flush It. It be a dope song, and I'd be like, they need to mix and master this song.
Yeah.
It seemed like that be the main. Most of the comments be you need to mix and master it, and so a lot of people they used to, you know, this Fruity Loop engineering type of thing. They just play around some ding dong type of beat. They ain't mixed it, they ain't mastered it, nothing like that. And then when they throw it on, so when you doing music, if you recording, it sound different when you start playing it on different devices. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why mixing and mastering
is so important.
Matters, because once you could record it, and where you recorded it at, it sound damn good once you left the studio with your with whatever they gave you. Because I know when I was rapping, I used to tell them I need mine's tracked down. You know what I'm saying? Like that way you could you could get it tracked down. You could take it and you could go to another studio, and the engineer could work with your music or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And so like a lot of these artists will be like, oh, it sound good because I left this studio, and it sound good when they play it back. But you could take that same CD, because that's what we had back in the day, or whatever format they have it on now. You could take that same thing, plug it into your ride, and it sounds totally different. That's how we be like with certain albums that drop. We be like, we listening to it on our phone and it sound good. Then we be like, damn, I can't wait to play this in the car. When you play it in the car, you know it's going to have a different sound. So with that knowledge that this music is going to have a different sound when you play it in a different device, you got to make sure you spend that little extra to get it mixed and mastered. That way it could be played on any platform and it's going to sound decent.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Hey,
you had a question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask him. So, are there any artists that you have premiered or that have came on the Tri-Coastal radio show that have maybe like gained some notoriety or went on to bigger things? You know what I'm saying? Not be because of the show, or you know what I'm saying, after the show, after being on your show.
It's a few that's gaining traction, but that's an easy question because we still ain't did a lot. You know what I'm saying? The biggest artist I done sat down with is Devin the Dude, Lil Flip, and Lil Kiki. Me and Johnny Judah had Lil Kiki. They brought us out in the city. We went live for a party with a big fella out the city. He had Lil Kiki down here. But the people that I set around, that like most of the folks has been like locals and up and on their way, not just here. I done interviewed some people that got a whole lot of traction. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Like I said again, my nigga Sean 1K. You know what I'm saying? Sean 1K. He been here 3 times. But just in the city, like nobody that's on like Blue Super. Oh, I did Yellow Beezy. You know what I'm saying? Johnny was with us too. You know what I'm saying? But we was out in the city. They brought our media you know what I'm saying, a little business out in our radio station out to interview them at a show over there in the stockyards and shit. That's the first time I sat down with Yellow Bees and Trap Boy.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't even no sit down. You know what I'm saying? It was a pull up right quick. You know what I'm saying? Minus the wings. Minus the wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. shout out to Supreme Pull Up, some of the best
yeah.
wings in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Shout out Supreme.
Yeah, for sure.
I miss some fries though.
Yeah, hey, Big Rip. So, for somebody trying to get into the whole internet radio business, somebody trying to do their thing like that, what kind of advice would you give them? You know what I'm saying? What kind of steps, you know what I'm saying, do they need to take to make that happen?
I don't really see no reason to get into radio. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that too. I was gonna ask you what was the future of it too. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too.
So look, that's something that we talk about all the time because I fuck with a lot of me's across the country. And one of the biggest things is like, again, I go back to what I said earlier. Everybody got their own playlist on here. You know what I'm saying? They plug up to you Bluetooth as soon as you get in your car. You know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily worried. The people who fuck with any stations or whatever are the listeners and the consumers who like listening to new music, who just like me. You know what I'm saying? Except they don't want to do radio or they just want to just listen to it. You know, those people that you see on your timeline and say, hey, send me some new music out. I gotta drive to North Carolina today. I want to hear some new shit. Those niggas, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, radio to me, and I got a lot of people that's way bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? They got more money than me, and you know what I'm saying, they'll let me run some of their stations, you know what I'm saying, from here, you know what I'm saying? Cause this shit's so easy. The digital shit is like, all we gotta do is just give each other our IP addresses and different shit like that. And I can put a mix on your station and vice versa. And we done did all that type of shit. But like indie radio,
yeah.
It's hard. I put a post up a couple of months ago showing artists all the indie stations that's just under digital radio tracker. It was 3 pages worth of stations. And so that's just hip hop. And that's just under digital radio tracker. So like I said, it's a couple of more monitoring places, you know what I'm saying? And it might be some more stations, but that was 3 pages of just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even just the R&B stations. So like this shit is hard, bro. Like I say, this is a foundation of me producing shows, you know what I'm saying? Like the Rush of the Flusher show, the Petty Game podcast, you know what I'm saying? What y'all doing with this right here, this is the future of what, you know what I'm saying, radio done really turned into. Even people, you know what I'm saying, unless you're a big artist like that, they don't even really just mainly just wait on terrestrial radio spins no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they got so many other ways that they could get streams and downloads, you know what I'm saying, and spins. You know what I'm saying? They only the people who are conquering, you know what I'm saying, big radio and big radio markets, you know what I'm saying, really have a radio budget, you know what I'm saying? Now, that don't mean that indie artists don't need to do that. Y'all just don't shoot for the big terrestrial stations. You try to find the college stations and you try to find the licensed tri-coastal radios, you know what I'm saying, that really can do that. So like it's a double-edged sword in this radio game right now, bro, for sure. It really is.
Have you ever thought to do terrestrial radio?
Yeah, for sure. I had to tell. So I went to American Broadcasting School, you know what I'm saying, and graduated. You know what I'm saying, and that was right after Ludacris was doing his thing. So me and my little brother thought we was gonna be able to go to American Broadcasting School, graduate. You know what I'm saying, and I was gonna get to go up there to K104 and flex my shit and be, you know what I'm saying, Big Rip. That ain't how that shit went. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna the first internship I got offered was at that country station in Waxahachie. And I like, man, I'm not driving to Waxahachie, you know what I'm saying? Pushing commercial tape, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fit to do it. And that was 2001, because that was the year my Shanika was fit to have our first son, which just turned 21 on the 16th. So that was 21 years ago. So I passed that opportunity up. 2016, I turned in an application to 97.9, and they was emailing me and went back and forth, and I sent them my resume and shit like that. And of course, I'm big enough. Hey, I'm the owner, you know what I'm saying? Founder of Tri-Coastal Radio, whoop de whoop, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, okay, yeah, cool. We'll bring you in with promotion. You can probably do like the street team shit. But that Tri-Coastal shit, you gonna have to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's what a lot of them radio stations try to do. Like you try to
Non-compete.
apply, they want to put
Non-compete.
you on the street team, and they don't really actually bring you on. It's like a hazing type of thing. I actually
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to go to American Broadcasting
earn your
School.
dues. You got to earn your dues, especially like at a station at that time, like 97.9 was the biggest thing. It is, still is, but like they were super. You Supreme remember when they first came on the scene, like that shit was life changing. Nigga, I was thinking we were like New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh nigga, we got 97.9 to be here in the city. You know what I'm saying? They doing all type of shit. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, that's you got to go through your shit unless you like got your name built up and you got some traction behind you and you can go up there and you can vie and you can show them that like, hey, I got these followers, I got these listeners, you know what I'm saying? You can make shoot for a spot. They may start you out at the overnight spot, you know what I'm saying? You got to work your way up to knock Cat Dad and Baby out they shit.
Yep, and the street team don't do nothing but have you passing out T-shirts and bottles of water. You out there, you ain't no better. You be in the street team to a radio station, you might as well go carry the sign that the Little Caesars mascot be in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ready, goddamn.
I mean, if you young and you know what I'm saying, and this is so you want to get in the music business or whatever, that's definitely I would take it. You know what I'm saying? If I was a younger kid, you know what I'm saying, and like I ain't really had too many responsibilities, and you want to get out there and you want to be able to shake hands and kiss babies and shit, and then you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, easy access when they do bring goddamn Moneybag Yo in the city. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be there, you're gonna be right there backstage or up on them, you know what I'm saying, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So like it's good for shit like that. You can use it to, you know what I'm saying, add on stripes to your character.
Yep, I had a cousin that was on the street team. Is it 104.5? The one with Lady Jade and
K104.
K104, yeah, with Lady Jade and DD in the morning. She was on the street team or whatever, and it was fun being out there with her or whatever. But after a while, I'm like, I'm hot. I want to get on the microphone and talk to the crowd. We out here passing out T-shirts and water bottle. We need help.
Hey, I want to say
we need some help our damn self. We hiding them all.
I want to give a shout out to Big Rip, man. He was after we started the hip hop school on Facebook, he was the first person to tell me that I need to do a hip hop podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try to get him over here.
Get me on Tri-Coastal Radio. You know what I'm saying? Back then I wasn't ready. I was still had some fears I had to face, man. But shout out to Big Rip for recognizing extreme superior talent, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, Baba I mean said without Tri-Coastal and indie radio, we had nobody to play us locally. The major stations showed no love.
That's pretty much.
That's a flower. That's a flower right there, ain't it? He got him a piece of a tulip, a daisy. You hear me? A perennial.
But that's pretty much how I go in every city, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta have them local radio stations to play the local shit, because you know what I'm saying. Or like you might have certain radio stations. They might have a segment like a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? I know we had shit up here, you know, like Friday nights where local motherfuckers get on, and, you know, they freestyle and play their shit. But yeah, that's pretty much how I go. You know what I'm saying?
I know Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You in Detroit. I know y'all got a dope scene. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I said earlier, when you done had success in the city. You know what I'm saying? And they done seen folks make it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna always have artists. You know what I'm saying? Every city got people that the Lord gives us talents. You know what I'm saying? And he gave a lot. One of them talents that he gave out to a lot of his people was, you know what I'm saying, being able to, you know what I'm saying, sing and dance and create. You know what I'm saying? However they want to figure how they do it. So it's musicians and artists and rappers and singers worldwide, bro. They out there. And like I said, it just take them type of people. Everybody don't want to hear something new. Some people only want to hear it after Baby or, you know what I'm saying, P Skills say, you know what I'm saying, they listen to it, you know what I'm saying, and they say, ooh, play this. Some people just want to play, they followers, they the sheep. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna listen to, you know what I'm saying, what they put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a special type of person who seeks out, you know what I'm saying, is willing to listen to something that's unpopular.
Yeah.
Yes,
For
indeed.
sure.
Before we wrap this up and get to the school post as we always do each and every week. Big Rip, do you have anything coming up? Like, cause I know you be on the scene a lot, you know, and I see you hosting different activities or whatever. Do you have anything coming up anytime soon that you'll be hosting?
Me and Shorik was just in here last night. We about to get ready to try to do another service that's the service is where we find one or two, you know what I'm saying, artists that we figure in the city that's doing their thing, or they ain't got to necessarily be in the city, just some artists that's on the rise, you know what I'm saying, who definitely got a big following. So look out for the service concert series, you know what I'm saying? We got that going. I'll be doing all that there with Wick. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. And then like I think this I don't have really nothing tentative on my schedule. Motherfuckers will call me and book me for shit, but like definitely for the last 2 years we missed the Tri-Coastal anniversary show, you know what I'm saying, due to COVID and you know what I'm saying, due to me, you know what I'm saying, being a couple of toes down. I missed that shit.
That's
So
a big event. That's the big event in the city, man.
Say like, man, you know what I'm saying, I like the 2 years that I did it, 5 and 6. I should, you know, I ain't gonna say I shut it down. I ain't shut it down, but like for me to be this small guy with Tri-Coastal, and folks hate when I say that, you know what I'm saying. I still look, I'm humble as fuck, you know what I'm saying. But like this motherfucker surprised me and showed me when I know, like I asked motherfucker to come to the west side of Fort Worth. I got the biggest stage in Fort Worth, the Ridgely Theater, but like for me to have people from all over Dallas, Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? I got people flying in from, you know what I'm saying, different cities, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey man, appreciate you Tri-Coastal for this year. The anniversary for whatever's gonna be this year, 9, I think. 9 this year. And October, November is usually when I do it because I got the station in October, but I took it over in April 14. I stole my domain, you know what I'm saying, and stripped my shit, you know what I'm saying, and made it Tri-Coastal in April of 2014, you know what I'm saying, 6 months later. But yeah, man, that's the only thing that I got on my calendar. I got a lot of shit that's gonna pop up. Of course, you can always check out on most Fridays. I got some of the hottest rising artists, you know what I'm saying, across my city, sitting right here in front of this wall, and I do the best interviews. Book you a seat.
Yes, indeed. With that being said, you know how we do each and every week. We pull a post from the school and incorporate it in the show. So before I get into yes, before I get into the actual post from the school, I do want to bring up the hip hop trivia question again and let some people try to answer it down in the comment section. I don't see nobody trying to answer it. So I want y'all to kind of put y'all heads together, try to figure this out. I know y'all got it in you.
We
the hip
got
hop
some old
trivia
schools.
question is: who is usually credited with being the first female MC? Again, who is usually credited with being the first female MC? Y'all try to figure that out for your girl. We might have some free shit for you. You know what I'm saying? If you try to figure it out, I don't know what it's gonna be right
Dean
now.
manuscript.
Just wait on it.
If he knows.
Yeah,
I know it. I'm trying to think of a name.
Okay, we're gonna reveal the answer at the end of the show. When we get to the answer, I'm gonna ask you first. Don't are you looking down at your phone? Look like you're Googling.
No, I was just typing in the comments, but I'm sitting trying to think of a name. I know who all the people around it. I've been drinking this High Ridge and this blood over here. Got my goddamn me thinking going off.
Oh, okay.
It'll come up in a minute.
Okay. So the school post is Lotto is greater than Foxy Brown.
Facts.
Why you say facts?
Big Lotto.
I don't even, but you know what? I'm impartial to it and I can't say because I don't know. I done heard it. I'm sure I done heard it, but I don't know what song is hers. And I definitely ain't bought it. Can I show y'all this right here though? Right here behind me.
Got that Foxy Brown right there on the wall.
Foxy Brown. So Hey, you gonna make me get in your shit right now, real, because it sounds like to me you're into the new local artists, but you got a problem. You ain't really hip to the new mainstream artists if you don't know about Lotto.
So check this out. And I didn't get to it, but I was saying that earlier when I said like I sort of got lost from this shit.
Right.
I sort of got, you know what I'm saying? I started looking for local music so much that where like I wasn't even checking for new artists. And then they quit putting these motherfucking magazines out like they used to. Cause like that's why I used to find artists. You know what I'm saying? Like it was going there. So that's why though. That's why like I mainstream artists, they sort of go under my radar because I'm sitting on something else. But then I'll be mad sometimes though. I do be mad. I do be mad.
This nigga Baba me.
Baba me talking about I never vote for a Lotto over a Chocolate Foxy. Now look at him. I don't know what. Listen,
exactly.
Both of them are
Exactly.
beautiful women.
You know what I mean.
Y'all men need to quit judging a woman's artistry based on how they look. I don't think he worried about it. She just a beautiful chocolate woman.
Nah, he ain't talking about how she look.
It's just what chocolate melt in your mouth. That's the only thing he worried about.
He
need to be worried. He needs to focus his attention on the music.
He talking about
man come with some freaky shit. What's wrong with that?
So I'm gonna ask y'all the same thing. I'm gonna ask y'all the same thing, Deja. Yeah. Have you ever heard Broken Silence or the Il Nana album? Have you ever listened to them?
In this DH, I had to correct people with my name because everybody.
Man, you talking about it was DH.
I heard the Il Nana album and it was okay. I was never
Broken Silence.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all remember how Pop kind of had certain people like. Once Pac say we not fucking with Biggie, we, you know, the Pac fans, we don't fuck with Biggie. And it's like the Kim fans, it was the same little beef. It was like with Kim and Foxy. So a Kim fan like myself is like, baby, you ain't got too much of a leg to stand on, so you're gonna have to really come hard. And she didn't, she was okay with the what was that, the firm that they had or whatever. But rumor has it that they was writing her material, whatever. I don't care if somebody was writing for Lil' Kim and inspiring Lil' Kim or not, because she's Kim. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna worry about
that. You got a double standard, huh?
I got a double standard and I'm okay with that. Cause
I'm gonna tell you why it's fact. She better than Foxy, cause she just dope.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
She dope.
No. Hey, I really never listened to
it. If Kim and Foxy was getting written for, then Kim had better writers. But when you think about
if you do the knowledge on her story, she started off on a contest when Jermaine Dupri, Jermaine Dupri little show.
Okay.
Her name
I'm gonna check out. Y'all gonna make me check out. I'll pay more attention when I see her name.
Listen, Johnny Judah in the comments talking about Foxy paved the way. Lotto gonna have finished more successful if she keep going, because Foxy career was Foxy did not pave the way for Lotto. Let me tell you something. There is no up and coming female artist to this day that actually mentions Foxy Brown. Nobody is looking at Foxy Brown as inspiration. It's Kim all day. You got the only women that they look for as inspiration is Kim and Nicki Minaj. I ain't never heard no female artist talking about Foxy Brown. It's just no. Foxy Brown wasn't even the shit when she had a chance.
Okay, so check.
Foxy Brown was the shit for a minute. She had a few years. Okay. She had a few years run.
But I'm gonna tell you why. She was up there. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you just said that. Because hip hop, no one, male artists or what, we don't respect our history. You know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker, goddamn, he won't really goddamn these youngsters or whatever. Anybody that's under 30 years old, they won't even really be able to acknowledge a motherfucker like Rakim, Foxy Brown, or some of them older, because hip hop, I don't know why the fuck we can't respect, you know what I'm saying, our elders like they do, goddamn me, Leonard Skinner and goddamn me, Led Zeppelin. Why the fuck we ain't walking around here with goddamn me Rakim on, or 3 times dope, or goddamn me, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even all. That's Texas. Nigga gon' do that. But I'm talking about the niggas that they was listening to. UGK, goddamn me, shit like that. Hip hop is not, I don't know if we're gonna ever be able to do it, but the reason why you are able to say motherfuckers won't respect that shit, because them 3 albums that Feisty dropped, I'm telling you, them hoes was hot. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like your statement. I'm gonna tell you true. Your statement is kind of a cap statement, because if you like, when we gonna recognize the older people, the older people who had the impact do get recognized. The older people who stood the test of time do get recognized.
Just because you know their name, I ain't saying just know their name. I'm saying hold them in revere. They music. Where do you hear their music every day? Oh, like we got an oldie station. You go hear old rock music in every city, in every goddamn me market. They got an oldies. Goddamn me rock, and what's the name? Hip hop ain't gonna do that.
We got rock the bells. We got rock the bells. Rock the bells on satellite radio.
That's all we got to do. That's one platform. Goddamn me, Sirius. That's on Sirius Radio. That's all. You know what I'm saying? We had it here in Fort Worth. They took it away, and Dallas Fort Worth. They took it off the station.
Yeah, you're trying to get our mind off of what had been said. Is Lotto is greater than.
Oh no, I told you, man.
Hey, you know we give out homework too, brother. So go check out Lotto.
I told you I'm gonna do it anyway. I took that on as extra credit 3 minutes ago.
I feel like you done listened to Lotto, but you didn't realize it was Lotto.
I said that in the beginning. I said I know I don't, because her name is too popular. I know I probably done heard the song, but I can't tell you the name of her song.
Can I address Baba Amin in the comments? He said
Foxy had better writers, but Lotto don't have none though.
Yeah, man, this man putting out false information, man.
Yeah, he putting out false information because the thing is, Foxy had writers. Lotto don't have writers, boo.
Right. That is true as far as
I know. Lotto writer on rhymes, homie. I mean, you ain't in touch like that.
What she be rapping about? Is she like Megan Thee Stallion?
Okay, no, she not like Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I ended up listening to her. Like for real. She was on.
What's she from?
She was on that rap game, that TV show that Jermaine Dupri had a while back when she was a little kid. So I her name was Miss Lotto on the show or whatever. She won, but then she had did the Muwap. She had remixed the Gucci song, I'm a Very Freaky Girl. Take us to no mama, whatever that song was. I think that was the one. And then she had that song with Trina and Sweetie, that
Queen of the South.
The bitch from the South.
Yeah, rich bitch from the South.
I'm a real ass, trill ass bitch from the South. That song.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now one of her singles that's on the radio right now is Sunshine. That's with Lil Wayne. Sunshine on me. Making the sunshine on me.
Okay.
Whatever. That's Lotto. So I know you done heard that.
Yeah, she nice.
So she got a lot going on, and the thing is, she like one of those girls where you got the major girls right now, like Meg, Cardi. Y'all know I love me some Cardi B. So you got Meg, you got Cardi. They like the top girls, but then you got a whole bunch of them that's like right there. You get what I'm saying? And Lotto, she's one of those girls that ain't as big as them, but has just as much talent.
Okay. I'm gonna see.
Hey, you know what? It was an award show that recently passed where Lotto wasn't on the main stage. She was on the Pepsi stage, and they would I forget what award show that was, where they'll spin the camera and they'll pan it on what Lotto is doing on the Pepsi stage or something. I forget what award show that was. But Lotto, she's dope. Y'all gonna have to
I know her name. I know her name for sure. Like, I'm not saying I don't know her name. I just had never. She's like, I look at artists when people always ask me about my top 5, and we ain't finished my top 5 yet. I go off the shit I purchased. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that I downloaded, and that's in, you know what I'm saying, the heaviest rotation that I get for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go, and it's not a motherfucker that I ain't never played. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Hey, well, since you mentioned it, let's do it. What's your top 5?
Yeah, who is your top 5?
Who did I say? I said two already. Oh no, no.
Of all time.
All time. Oh shit. Okay, and then I'm gonna do just like I was asked the other day. I'm gonna go off the shit that's behind me. This this ain't in no particular order. I'm gonna go off of albums that I done bought. Niggas that you know what I'm saying I got they catalog. Right. Common would have to be one. I own about 6 or 7 of that nigga albums, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to say motherfuckers like goddamn me Outkast.
So you just gonna name everybody off your wall?
Yeah, that nigga was serious. I thought he was.
The reason those are up there, I had over probably 300 goddamn me albums I could have put up there. These are the ones that goddamn me are influential to hip hop and to me. You know what I'm saying? UGK, that Riding Dirty. I can just say Riding Dirty alone, just that motherfucker right there. That Riding Dirty album and that Pimp Tight, you know what I'm saying? Off the poach.
Did y'all like Dirty Money?
I did. Yeah, for sure.
I was Dirty Money, yeah. I ain't like Dirty Money.
It wasn't Riding Dirty. Riding Dirty to me.
Because what that had? Wood Wheel on there.
Right. Yeah, I mean they
got to go back. You gotta go. I'm starting to think Dirty Money better than Riding Dirty.
Yeah, Dirty Money was the shit. Dirty Money was the shit for sure.
I think it was, but I don't know. I again, like say, this is me. This is me. So what I say, UG, that was 3.
You done named Common, UGK,
Outkast. 2 more.
I'm gonna give East Coast some love.
Hey, this one. I bought
a lot of that nigga music, Cameron. I bought a lot of that nigga music. You know what I'm saying? That Welcome Home and that SDE. Say, man. And shit, even Confessions of Fire. You know, them motherfuckers were good. And shit,
you might as well quit naming all his albums. We don't know him. Just don't waste your time. Give us the next one.
I know him, brother. I fuck with Cam, my nigga.
I was about to say, I know him, Cam.
They sex, drugs, and entertainment. That shit was a shit.
I threw that shit out the window when I first heard it. No cap.
I need to get the West Coast. I don't really just fuck. I used to listen to West Coast music, but like nobody just
use the East Coast head.
But I bought a lot of Snoop albums, but who didn't buy a lot of Snoop albums? My fifth, I already said Outkast, so shit, they cover everything.
This is exactly why this nigga lost that
Scarface,
battle.
Man. I gotta say Scarface. I bought a lot of them albums.
Yeah,
I got about I die with that.
Boys,
if y'all give me the diary, I take the diary and I'll be good.
Big Rip, let me ask you this because we actually we did a poll in the school because I feel like personally, Scarface doesn't have like a classic album that is like unanimous. Like everybody agreed that this particular album is the classic album. Like when you say Scarface, this is the one. You know, like if you say
Ride Dirty,
you gonna know. Okay, this classic album is, you gonna know, Reasonable Doubt. You say Nas, you already know, you associate him with Illmatic, right? When you say Scarface, you don't have that one album that you associate with this one particular album is actually the classic album. If you ask everybody gonna say a different album. What album do you feel like is Scarface classic album?
The first thing that come to mind is the diary. You know what I'm saying?
See, like that's what I think is the classic album.
That's what you say.
Everybody got something different.
If I had to say one, I would probably say the diary. But for me, it's something different. For me, it's the Fix. But
what about you, brother?
For me, I got Scarface with 3 classics. The diary.
No, just one.
Just one. Like the one that you would say is the classic.
The one that comes to my mind. Right. The one that come to my mind is Made. I think Made is a classic.
Made is a good one too.
And mine is deeply rooted. He don't have those. Scarface does not have a consensus.
But I think The Fix is his consensus classic. I think everybody considers it.
We did not even make a consensus conclusion here.
We did. We did pose, and he was all over the place.
But that's awesome for Face. That's wonderful for Face.
No, it is. No, it's not a lot.
Because all those albums, and I remember when he dropped Deeply Rooted. Well, this is the kind of person that I am. Mary J. Blige's been dropping some dope shit. Her last album is pretty cool. Mary J. Blige been doing her thing, but to me, Mary J. Blige would never top. What's the 411 and Share My Word? And Share My Word. Share My Word. Those are, you know what I'm saying? That's her top shit. And I even like some of these songs off of her new shit. But like, that ain't the shit I want to goddamn me have played at my funeral though. Play me some Share My Word. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing with Scarface.
And that's how I am with all artists. You know what I'm saying? Scarface will never, Scarface will never to me or never top that Made album and that Diary. That was the shit. Because that's the shit that I was bummed. That's the CD that I had in my goddamn truck on repeat for days. You know what I'm saying?
The Fix and Made is my favorite two Scarface albums. You know what I'm saying? I went back and listened to the Diary after a while.
They're not even my favorite three. The Diary, the Fix, or Made, not even my favorite ones. The Mirrors, the Mirrors.
But
that was a good one too. And that's why I said Scarface, because I bought all them albums. I didn't buy the Fix, but I bought the Mirrors, I bought Made. You know what I'm saying? I bought all this shit. Hey, while we talking
how to
about
pronounce that, how y'all pronounce Emeritus? I never knew how to pronounce it. I just listened to it.
Last of a Dying Breed, though. Last of a Dying Breed.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever peep out the product? Did y'all ever peep out the product?
Product was that shit. Yeah. It's hard as hell. That's why he the GOAT. That's why he the GOAT to be.
Hey, that nigga might have 8 classics. We just
but it's like, to me, I feel like Scarface don't have a classic for real. I feel like a classic where it gotta be the majority agree that this album is the classic. I feel like he has so many dope albums that people have a personal favorite, but it's not one that you can consider the classic, like a classic Scarface album.
Jay-Z done had a whack album or two. Nas done had whack albums. Pop done had a whack album. Biggie's second album wasn't dope to me like that.
I ain't like it.
Scarface has not had a whack album.
What was Pop?
That don't make it a classic though.
Well, to me personally, I think we talked about it. Strictly for My Niggas was whack to me.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that was whack, but that's cool. Yeah, that's all right.
It was all right.
It
was all right.
I never heard nobody say this Scarface album was whack. I've never heard that.
No, I ain't never heard that.
Balls in my word. Balls in my word. I heard a few motherfuckers say that shit was whack. I ain't really like it when it first came out, but I had went back.
Because Balls in my word, I ain't never listened to that shit. That's out of there. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It got to be whack. But this the thing about what we're saying. Like, I think anybody who create and put out that much music, and you know what I'm saying, they should. These artists is going through different times and phases of their life. All of them everybody's music ain't gonna always be all the way up. That's why it's a discussion with Big. Big ain't put out enough music for us to just really say like he the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He just had 2. But then you go against something like, it's like a motherfucker. The only nigga who want to put out a consistent amount of music that's always been top tier, and then but he did it as half of the time as a duo is nigga Andre 3000. And maybe you can say Faye, but now we can't say that because me and he's just say
man, hold on now. I love me some
Andre 3000 is the GOAT. Andre 3000 is the GOAT.
The GOAT of what? You talking about the greatest of all times or one of the greatest?
Who?
All time.
You
he wasn't even in your top 5. Oh yeah, you said Outkast.
That man said Andre. There's no way. First of all, let me tell you something. There's no way. I love Andre 3000, but I said, you know what? I'm willing to go ahead and revisit and reassess Andre 3000 because his punk ass ain't came out and did nothing. I don't care about it. Ain't that much anxiety in the world. Listen,
He ain't
you
got
could
to.
rap. You ain't gotta come on stage or nothing. Just rap or whatever. They putting
Let's
dead
wrap
niggas
up
on
the show
stage.
after that,
They
man. He
can
done
figure
ran.
out
He done
how to
ran
put
his
you in
course, man.
concert. No.
What's on ran his course?
You.
Yeah. Listen. This is my thing. Andre 3000 is one of he top tier. He up there, right? But you cannot say he's the greatest because he pulled that Lauryn Hill shit. By the time you get to do a solo album by yourself, you do an R&B album. You know what I'm saying?
But his
And
first
what
album
impact
not
has
nowhere
he
near
really
as good as
had
Lauryn
outside
Hill's
of
first
him
album.
impacting Big Crit? And
Well
Big
Below
Crit
ain't
ain't
nowhere
even
near
that
no
big.
fucking with no Lauryn Hill album.
Nah, that.
DH, have you ever heard that? Damn, I forget the name of the song, but Andre 3000 did some shit with DJ Drummer, the Gangsta Grills. Yeah, anybody ever heard that album? Andre 3000 and Outkast, Gangsta Grills.
Yeah,
That's a
and
whole
I
other
never heard
album.
that album, and it's ridiculous for us to not know about it, being that it was Andre 3000 doing the album. So that should tell you something. This nigga done made an underground album. He underground like tree roots. He's supposed to be
I
that
don't think
nigga.
it was an album. I think I don't think it was an album. I think it was some.
A
He had some
mixtape with
verses
he had to do a mixtape with
on the
DJ
Gangsta
Drama.
Grills tape.
Yeah,
I
Gangsta
said that
Grills
wrong.
did the mixtapes though.
DJ Drummer, one of the biggest DJs. Like I say, just type up DJ Drummer, Andre 3000 Gangsta Grills, and the best verse in the whole world. My little brother used to keep his own. That bitch is it's gonna change your outlook, Dash.
Ain't nobody changing. Listen, one thing about it, Andre 3000. I love Andre 3000. The thing is, if you want to just be honest, I've never heard a bad verse from Andre 3000. I think The Love Below is a dope classic album. I love Andre 3000. I'm gonna tell you something. Andre 3000 has not put in enough
Bro, you said
work.
no.
He
Bro,
does
you said
not
no
have
on
the
The Love Below.
longevity. He does not.
You want to love. You
I
was
love
single during
There's
that time.
no way he could be the GOAT
You
when
want
he ain't.
to get no ass around that time. You don't like
You
Love
ain't
Below.
put nobody
You know
else
what I'm
on.
saying?
You don't have long.
You was out there planting. You was out there planting corn stalks and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had no woman. He was in full goddamn informer mode. You know what I'm saying? You must have had your woman around that time. Yeah.
Man said Andre 3000 the greatest.
Nah, Love Below
I don't need to play
is a
no Love
masterpiece.
Below to get no woman. I know that.
I didn't fuck with you, my nigga.
You know what I mean?
But nah,
I just fucking with you, my nigga.
Hey, but nah, he up there. He up there, but nah, I can't give him number one.
I think Outkast, like one of my favorite movies.
He dope as hell. I fuck with Andre 3000, but he ain't no GOAT.
You gonna talk about Outer Wild?
Hell yeah! When I'm in a nursing home, Lord, I hope I don't be in a nursing home, but you know what I'm saying? Just buy me that VHS tape, DVD, and shit, goddamn, me turn that hoe on. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga say put on the musical, huh?
Say, man, I love that.
We got personal feelings towards these folks. That's what's wrong with him.
That nigga got dreams of being a bootlegger.
Okay.
Say, look.
Moonshine.
Wild artists, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Master P. Shout out to goddamn Dame Dash.
That was their worst
Shout out to Dame Dash. Y'all remember during our time, shout out to goddamn me, the 33rd. Nigga, Houston had that goddamn movie, goddamn me, the 33rd, where they goddamn me were talking about that shit going on in Houston. Why these rappers don't shoot no movies no more? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the top movie of all of and I'm gonna tell y'all again the reason why I like them so much. Like, think of all the hip hop movies, some of the biggest ones I just named. You know who had the best, well-produced movies out of them motherfuckers? It was Outkast, nigga. Did y'all niggas watch goddamn it? Who's My Caddy?
What?
Y'all didn't watch Who's My Caddy?
Hey, they had Benjamin Farnsworth on there with the dude that used to be
he wasn't on there.
Umbrella guy. When he in there?
Well, he wasn't on there.
What the fuck is that?
But why y'all don't know this Big Rip keep going to something else? We talking about this man. We ain't asked you about the greatest actor of all time. We said the greatest rapper.
I'm giving you his motherfucking resume. What you talking about? I'm telling you why. This it's not no narrow. It ain't no narrow thing. This man unconquered. You know what I'm saying? Why he got a sad card? That nigga was doing a movie. What's the movie he did with Cedric Entertainer? Where he was the gangster with the gun. Y'all remember that movie? Goddamn, when he was with Cedric Entertainer, he was the guy.
Listen, we ain't trying to nominate a nigga for an Oscar. We trying to nominate him for a Grammy. You heard me? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
This man said, y'all remember that movie?
Hey,
we conscious.
Y'all gonna get the full animated me. Y'all got me drinking and smoking after my cutoff time. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
For sure.
That's what's
That's
up,
Look at mental dialogue. It takes Black Socrates. Love Below was that shit. And Idlewild was dope as fuck. Yes, indeed. He got him a partner in crime now.
No, that's a smart individual. What the fuck you talking about? That's a smart individual.
He's smart
you know
sometimes.
I ain't never seen Idlewild.
You ain't seen Idlewild.
You ain't missing nothing.
No, Idlewild is good.
Idlewild, they make a movie and they all
you know what? You ain't missed nothing. Are y'all serious?
I don't like musicals, so you know what I'm saying.
Nah, it was a good movie, but the soundtrack was trash.
Thank you.
The soundtrack was trash too. Yeah,
it wasn't a no skipper. That's for sure. That's for sure.
No, it was
it's some
like
dope ass songs on that soundtrack. I listened to that soundtrack. But you did some skip a little bit.
I just listened to it recently. It's about 2 or 3 songs on there. Go ahead.
Easy. So like I remember when the shit came out, I got mad because it's a writer in the Fort Worth Star Telegram that did a review on it, and I didn't know it was gonna be no fucking considered a musical. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, at the time he said he wrote in a review, and this is like the week that the movie came out, whatever year that was. He said he didn't like it because he thought the music was irrelevant to the movie. And I took offense to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so later on, after I got the DVD and I got it, you know what I'm saying, and I started watching it. Even when I was watching the music, I just expected it to be music in there because fuck, it's Outkast. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it's a musical. But what made you say like you don't like musicals and you don't like this storyline and you don't like that motherfucker?
Nigga, we like hip hop.
The Outkast thought they was
it is hip hop.
It
is hip hop.
I don't like musicals, man.
Mental Dialogue say he's dead serious about that SAG card, this Screen Actors Guild. Lord have mercy.
I watched Carmen with Makai Pfeiffer and Beyonce before I watched Idlewild.
Johnny
like all that dancing and shit.
Johnny Jr. said he's ahead of his time.
You know what I'm saying?
He's behind the time, ahead of the time, side,
no. And see, and look here, that to my point, Johnny is right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said earlier, y'all weren't hearing me because y'all didn't watch the movies. But you know what I'm saying? If y'all go watch Who's Your Homework Assignment, Who's Your Caddy? You know what I'm saying? Look at those movies. Look at those movies compared to what all the other rap movies that we got. You know what I'm saying? From Master P, you know what I'm saying? From Jay-Z, then what Dame Dash did. Anybody else who did a movie, look at the except Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? But all Ice Cube did on his own
we don't really care about the quality of production. We just talking about Andre 3000 is not the GOAT, brother. He's a very talented, dope MC.
And look,
not the GOAT.
I promise you, I've never ever answered that question, and I'm full of this motherfucker goddamn high risk, so that might be cap. But if you had to hold me to that, I wouldn't be mad saying, yeah, you pulled up this tape, you got this receipts on me. I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? He'll definitely goddamn me go toe to toe. And then, like I say, I'm running through his resume. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? We all agree he's a dope rhyme spiller.
Yeah, he's dope. I love Andre 3000.
Yeah, Who's Your
with
Caddy
that being
said,
you know,
it was horrible.
Huh?
I think bro said Who's Your Caddy was horrible.
Yeah, that shit was
I thought
garbage.
he seen it.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
I ain't never seen it. So.
Eric Crondo say I'd rather watch ATL over Who's Your Caddy. Definitely. But anyway, that was a good dialogue or whatever. I didn't know that we was gonna get into the Screen Actors Guild and giving out Oscars or whatever. I feel like 3 6 Mafia.
I'm the dean and coach and professor. This is my coach at university. Dean, coach, professor. This is Tri-Coastal University. Y'all know that.
It's the hip hop school,
Yes,
past and
indeed.
present,
It's
baby.
a
You
hip
hear
hop
me?
school, man. It's a new
Yeah.
sheriff in town, buddy.
For real.
Slide over one time.
Yeah, we had
Learn you something.
we had to teach him something. We had to get the lesson out.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for stopping by and letting us school you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it.
If you say that
The
good, that's
dean, the
cool.
professor, you know what I'm saying? Yes,
The
indeed. We
professor.
appreciate it. But anyway,
Trivia.
let's get into this hip hop trivia question, y'all. I think somebody actually answered the question. The hip hop trivia question is, who is usually credited with being the first female MC?
Roxanne.
Okay, so Big Rip, I want to go with you first because you said you knew the answer in the beginning. I had to stop you from Googling it. So who
I
you
wasn't
feel
Googling.
like?
I just put it on here in the comment. No, I ain't Googling it.
Okay.
And the first name it just came to my mind right now. I told you by the time you asked it. I'm thinking if I'm right, she was with MC Shan, right? They was in the projects. She the one that had the what's name?
I know
Roxanne
you're gonna
Shante.
say it. That ain't it.
That ain't Roxanne.
Roxanne. No,
it's not the one.
it ain't Roxanne.
Why? I know the one before her. Then I just can't remember her name.
No, okay. It's her name easy.
Anybody in the comments?
I know it.
Baba I mean answered it.
Say something like that.
What Bible say, man?
It's
I
all the way. He answered it. He got it right. It's all the way up here. I can't do all this scrolling now.
That nigga Bible used Google. I know for a fact that nigga used Google.
I think he did too. Because that's an East Coast name. You know what I'm saying? This is East Coast shit. He don't fuck with
He say he don't even fuck with East Coast, but he know who the first MC. Man,
He cap.
Don't
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Big Rip. He don't know it either. You know,
Bobby is a hip hop historian, man. Chill out, man.
Hell nah.
He say he a what?
A hip hop historian. No, he not, man.
Who is it then?
You'll be better off trying to get him to tell you what the name of a fossil or the grade of grass you got in your yard. Then you got a hip hop trivia.
He can tell you about his hotel. He can tell you about no hip hop, man.
For sure.
You know he was on here talking about and raw.
Oh, man. Chill out on my comrade, man.
Oh shit.
Hey, so so Bob, I mean, did Google it and he put the answer in the comments. So
what's the name? Y'all still ain't saying this shit.
From the Funky 4+1, the first female MC was MC Sha-Rock.
Yeah, and her government is Sharon Green.
MC Sha-Rock, she's the +1.
Yeah. Yep, she was the +1, going back to like 82 or something.
I think 80.
I thought it was in the 60s or hold on, hip hop wasn't even alive then.
God damn, you said she was out there with pig meat, huh?
Come on, Vice President.
I'm like,
out there pig meat murder.
Y'all talk about some Bessie type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never put no albums out.
Nah, look up.
About like Bessie. She was on the Chili circuit.
Look up, bro. MC Shot.
Hey, matter of fact,
she was born in like the 60s or something.
Listen, though. Matter of fact, I think.
Right, John. I don't know that shit. On top of that head. Y'all, we didn't know about Bessie, so they put that shit out on HBO. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I think she got a radio show on Sirius Radio too. Yeah. Okay. So she still out here doing her thing, like radio.
And she was originally born in North Carolina. She was born in the South, but grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
The very first female MC for sure.
Look, Johnny Judah said, "Ain't nobody on here old enough to know it off the top of their head."
For real, that's what I said.
Hey, look, man. Hey, this the hip hop school. You feel me? You gonna learn something.
And present.
Look, he's trying to take over. He's trying to take up for Baba.
Yeah, you gonna learn something, man.
He's trying to take up for Baba. That's cute.
You gonna learn something. You gonna learn something when you leave here.
But anyway, we about to wrap this thing up. Be real. We definitely appreciate you for stopping through. It's been a very fun show. I know that you're a busy man, got a lot going on. Tell the people where they can reach you at.
Man, Tri-Coastal Radio. Matter of fact, man, everybody do me a favor, man. Like, should go to YouTube and type in the rhyme Tri-Coastal. It'll say spin DFW across there. You know what I'm saying? That's the one, man. Subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Just like I subscribe to y'all, goddamn me. And that's where all the content be going. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram, Redeem Manuscript or whatever. And like say, shit, send us that music. You know what I'm saying? Rush of the Flush, the reboot part 3 is on the way. You know what I'm saying? We getting it in.
Something, my nigga. And my shit will not get flushed. I'm gonna send you something.
So anyway, rushoftheflush@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the hip hop school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm always in there. I'm gonna start coming to class more next year. I'm gonna start coming to class. You know what I'm saying? Coming in there, cause there's some dope people. Matter of fact, Supreme, I told you at the beginning of this, when I said you put it up there. Salute to you, man. This is a dope ass platform. You and your admins done put together the Asia. You grab the Asia. She's a crazy motherfucker. You got to have your strong queen off in there. Like, she not that smart, but like you not that either. So like, I mean, you're only as strong as your boss is. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, yo, that's why I took the battle light. You know what I'm saying? That's why I took the battle light. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Beside all that, you done put together something. No bullshit on this. This right here, because I see all the different people, like he's in here, these niggas from everywhere, like, and I notice myself, when you can link and you know what I'm saying, to find good brothers on the internet and y'all do shit together, man, you're a good nigga. We knew that personally, locally, you know what I'm saying, but when we can reach out across the country and link with bros like this, that means you're a good person, man. No bullshit on that. But other than that, don't send that bullshit over here to Rush of the Flushing, man. Hip hop school. I want to come to this motherfucker making up noise, goddamn me, banging on lockers. All 2023, goddamn me.
Yes, indeed. That's what's up. Thank you so much for stopping through. Stay on for us real quick. We're gonna chop it up a little bit in the background. We're gonna tell you about yourself real quick. So stay on for about 1 or 2 more seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny, come help me, man.
We want to beat you up in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We want to uphold this thing. You know, we want to save face. But anyway, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight for another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I did. I had me a good time.
I did. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely a good time. Definitely good conversation, man. We got a lot of dope things coming up in the future. So make sure y'all like this video, share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so y'all don't miss any of our upcoming shows. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're about to tune out. Y'all have a good one. Class is
Black Power.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
The Hip
I love
Hop
White
School
Sky.
Past and Present Podcast.